So is everybody in here 18 or over?
Yeah.
And there's about 10, 12 of you in here. All right, good morning, everybody. So just about everybody is in debt in the United States in some way, shape, or form. That could be mortgage, auto, student loans, that kind of stuff. By a show of hands, who here is in some kind of debt? Got it. One. So a couple of you. So most of you are lucky, not in debt, but debt affects just about everybody in the United States in some way, shape, or form throughout their entire life. Maybe you don't have debt now, but sometime in the future you probably will, on your first house, something like that. So today I'm going to give you some facts on debt in the United States, along with some facts about the debt-free lifestyle. Hopefully by the end of this you'll know a little bit more about how just how bad debt is in the United States, along with knowing that the debt-free lifestyle is out there and something that you can look into. So the first thing I want to cover is the statistics behind debt in the United States. So as of fourth quarter 2018, according to an article called The U.S. Debt Crisis by Bill Fay, the total consumer debt in the United States was $13 trillion. That's T, not B, trillion dollars. And there's roughly about 300 million people in the United States. So if you divide that out, it's roughly, regardless of age, race, religion, anything, it's roughly about $90,000 a person. Per household, according to that same article, it's about $137,000. So an average household is about 4 people. So car times 4, if you got kids old enough, that's pretty much what it is. So in the article, he also breaks it down into 4 ways. So there's 4 big ones. The top one is home, so your mortgage. That accounts for roughly about 2/3 of it. So that's $9 trillion. Below that, by a very big amount, is auto, and that's sitting around $1.4 trillion. Beneath that is your student loans, something we all know about to some extent in here, and that's sitting around 1.2 trillion. And then below that, which actually surprised me, and the only one below $1 trillion is credit card debt, and that's sitting between $800 and $900 billion. So still a lot, but not as bad as the other ones. He breaks it down even farther by going by age group. So the largest age group, and it's the one that's roughly right around the average for households, is 45 to 54 in the United States, and they are around $137,000, $138,000. For the age group that applies to us, for the most part, there might be a few outliers here, is age 35 and under. We typically sit around $67,000 in net. That's your student loans, maybe paying off a car or something like that, getting into your first house. So not as bad as some of the others, but still starting to get up there. The age group, which shouldn't surprise you, that is lowest, is 75 and plus, not paying off the house anymore, maybe have some car or some leftover debts from medical bills or something like that. It's 75 plus, and they're sitting around $37,000. So still, they're probably on a fixed income, so that's probably still a lot of money to them. So that's just a little bit of stats on the United States and the debt that we have going here. Pretty staggering. But what I really want to talk to you about is the debt-free lifestyle. So the debt-free lifestyle is simply that. Dave Ramsey has a course that I attended. It's called Financial Peace University. It's about a week long that you can go to. He's up on the stage and he gives you a bunch of handouts and basically goes over everything with you, so have that solid baseline to go off of. But in it, he teaches you debt-free budgeting. So with the debt-free budgeting, everything you do is accounted for. So every single penny you spend or save is accounted for. And according to someone who attended it, her name is Megan McCarty. She wrote an article in Good Housekeeping called Lead Us Not to Debt. According to her, when you save that much money, the amount you're saving, you can start putting that into investing. So it's also not just living debt-free, but you're also building wealth with the money that you're saving. So it's all part of that program. Another thing he talks about is paying only with cash. So you don't have a credit card, you don't have a debit card, it's all done in cash. He explains it by breaking out a bunch of envelopes, and this is my mortgage payment, this is my car payment, student loan payment, stuff like that. So it's, especially in the modern day and age where credit cards, debit cards, plastic in general is the go-to, it's definitely a big life change for a lot of people not having that instant access to their cash. And it also makes you think more about how you're spending that money because you actually see it disappearing versus just numbers on the screen. Another thing he talks about is the debt snowball effect, and that's a method of paying off your debt. So you take your top 3 debts, just for an example, and you pay off the first one. The money you're paying on that first one rolls into your second one, so you're still paying more. Then the next, and so on until eventually all that money you're paying down towards debt is going towards your biggest one. Typically that's mortgage. McCarty talked about it in her article, and she said that there was people there who had a 30-year mortgage, and using that debt snowball effect, they got it paid down in 10 years. So it's definitely a viable option, definitely something you should know about. Another thing that he really talks about is investing. So with the money you're investing, it's not just in yourself and into the stock market and stuff like that, but it's also saving for yourself. So he says about a year, once you get a year's worth of saving, that's when you start investing. And he also says go into your college, go into your kids' college. So building your financial wealth, essentially, using this. So debt-free lifestyle, don't think of it just not having debt. It's more building your wealth, building your security net for when you eventually stop working. So that's bare bones basic of what the debt-free lifestyle is. I could go a week talking about this and everything that he taught me. So before I wrap up, is there any questions about anything I talked about? No? Okay, well today I told you about debt, some of the stats in the United States and how staggering they are. Again, $137,000 on average per household in the United States. And I also talked a little bit about the debt-free lifestyle. Could have gone more in depth, but time constraints. Hopefully you all learned something. The debt-free lifestyle is something that I definitely think everyone should know about. Might not necessarily have to do it, but it's definitely out there, good to know about. Thank you all for your time.